Right then, so you might have noticed that, yeah, the height of this side part is a bit questionable. Now, as I showed you earlier with the back piece, if we edit the part, we might be able, it might assume what we want and fix it for us. Now, sometimes when you do that, it can throw out a lot of problems. Sometimes, depending on the correct, if you put the correct constraints on your drawing, if you edit a part, then it will naturally stick back to those constraints and put everything back to how you would want it. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and edit the height of this the side panel, and then hopefully the assembly drawing will update as we intend. Now, if we right click on the part as well, we can that will open up the part file as well, so you don't have to necessarily go through the folder and do it that way. So if we've got this part file now, what I want to do, I'm curious about the height of this part. So I'm going to click on the extrusion here, open up the sketch, and as we see, that's 450. Now, from my memory of when we negotiated the sizes and so on, taking into account all of our data and research, I remember this being 600, and that we were going to start the kind of slot about halfway up. So if I change this now to 600, press OK, let's finish that sketch and zoom out. That seems to me a bit more kind of visually what we're after. If I go back now to the assembly part, we can see that it has updated that panel, but this kind of side bit is a little bit out. Now, sometimes if you kind of just scroll in and out or make a click, it will kind of update itself. So if we're just going to try that now. If we click there and kind of try and move it, oh, there we go. You see it's updated that side part as well. If we try and move the whole thing now, because of the constraints we've put on it, it's actually updated itself and got to where we want. Now, sometimes you'll be successful doing that. Sometimes it depends on how you've drawn your part. It depends on the size and the dimension constraints you put on. For example, these slots might have stayed down, but because we had the distance in here on the part file, it's gone to where we want it, and so on. So when you assemble your drawing, you might hit scenarios like that. This one, at this stage, this base plate, I'm not too bothered about updating, but these ones are very necessary, as you can tell. Now, so that's where we want to get up to. And the next stage is obviously putting the seat in. So there we go.